All right, it's time to go through the papers. Now, let's see what the headlines are across Nigerian newspapers this morning. I have with me, we'll start from Daily Times this morning. Okay, yeah, Daily Times. It says a U.S. terror alert false, irresponsible. Federal government is saying this and tells Nigerians not to panic. Daily Times is saying U.S. terror alert false, irresponsible, and it tells Nigerians not to panic. All right, let's go to Blueprint newspaper. It says U.S., UK, Germany, others terror alerts false, irresponsible. Okay, that's what the Blueprint also has in here. Urges Nigerians residents to go about their businesses. They can't scare us in Nigeria. Governor Sule is saying this. We are on top of the situation, Irabo assures, and Buhari jets out to London on medical vacation. Okay, all that on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. This Nigeria is the next one we're looking at now. And it says, U.S. travel advisory, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. Nigeria's defense chiefs puncture foreign embassies' claim of likely implosion occasioned by threatening insecurity. Okay, that's what you see on the front page of this Nigeria. From there, let's go to Leadership newspaper. PMB warns police will of Nigerians must prevail in 2023. Says officers must not aid rigging. We have not released Labour Party manifesto yet. Obi is saying this. All right. The will of Nigerians must prevail in 2023. That's PMB President Muhammadu Buhari talking to the police there before he left for London on the medical trip. All right. From there, let's go to News Direct. And it says 2023 presidency, no use of federal might, Buhari vows. No use of federal might, Buhari vows. I believe this is like a message to all politicians, and he has maintained this over time where he's not involved in all the process. Go and campaign, everyone. Go to the field and campaign. That's News Direct. The Nation newspaper is next, and this is on Tinubu Adebanjo under fire over Southwest stand. He's on his own, says YCE General Secretary, okay? And Fashoranti remains a Fenifere leader, as some quotes there, right? Adebanjo under fire over Southwest stand on the Nation newspaper. From there, let's go to First News. 2023 presidency is the focus here. How alliance with Yoruba will save Igbo. Senator Namani is saying here. Senator Ken Namani is a senator from Enugu State, was former governor of that state. How alliance with Yoruba will save Igbo. That's what First News has. And then from there, let's go to Daily Trust. Naira redesign, dollar scarcity hits BDCs, sells at $818 Naira to the dollar. And Naira depreciated by 53 Naira in 5 days at the parallel market. Nigerians rush to dispose of local currency. That's what you see on Daily Trust newspaper there. And the Business Day is the last one I'm seeing here. Funding, deal breaker for Nigeria's oil block sale. Right? Funding, deal breaker for Nigeria's oil block sale. That's what you see on Business Day. Okay? Well, the plan by Central Bank of Nigeria to redesign 200 Naira note, 500 Naira note, as well as the 1,000 Naira note has generated a lot of reaction. And the way it is, Sam, it looks like people who had a lot of Naira notes stashed somewhere, are running out now to get dollars instead of taking it back to the banks.
You see, that's why when policies are made, they should understand the behavior. When we were studying economics in high school, they define economics as man in his ordinary business of life, which means that economics is not just about business, it's first about man.
Yeah.
and his approach to business. So you have to discover the man first before you start business. Before Naira, there was man. There was the Nigerian.
Yeah.
So as I said yesterday, that there is a difference between society and economy. This man, during the crisis of the 1982 recession, Henry Kissinger, he wrote an essay in Newsweek in which he said, Clemenceau, I'm quoting him, Clemenceau wrote that war is too important a matter to be left in the hands of generals.
Okay.
In the same vein, I say that the economy is too important a matter to be left in the hands of economic experts. Quote and unquote. He said that Clemenceau was a former French leader and general who during the World War said that you cannot leave the whole issue of war to generals.
To generals,
because generals understand how to shoot, how to organize the troops and strategy to shoot and kill
and win the war at the end of the day.
You don't win the war on battlefield alone. You win the war by understanding the society, understanding the psychology of the enemy, understanding the geography of the terrain, there are so many things that come into it, as Yoruba say, circumstances also around it. There are so many matters that come into it. So you cannot just say that you want to solve a matter by just becoming technical. A doctor knows that you don't only solve malaria by just looking at malaria. You want to know, where do you eat?
Exactly.
How do you live? How do you sleep?
Where do you live?
And so on. Those sociology, the other sociological details are important in dealing with the very situation of the person. If not, the malaria person will keep coming over and over again and say, why are you curing malaria, giving the drugs? But no, you went back again to where mosquitoes be eating you.
Exactly.
And then you
because the doctor will ask you, do you have a mosquito net? Are there dirty surrounding? There's a gutter around you?
What do you eat?
Exactly.
So by the time you're talking about the environment, you're talking about mosquito, you're talking about the environment. What do you eat? You're talking about hygiene. You're talking about his class.
Of course.
There's so many things that come into it. That's why sometimes they say that the best doctors for Nigerians are Nigerian doctors.
Exactly. They understand.
They understand where your environment is from. So the same thing goes with the economy. You cannot just say that, okay, we are going to solve this issue we are going to mop up. That once we say that we are going to redesign, everybody take the money. Who told you everybody will think the same way you are thinking? Why don't you understand the society? That's why we say that the decision by the CBN to take this to say that they are going to mop up this. They have not taken a full picture of the Nigerian situation before taking the decision. A decision may look right on the surface, but will it make things right? That's the question. Will it make things
Sometimes
right?
You
make a decision like this, you don't consult your finance minister, you have an economic advisory team, they don't know about it, the governors who are going to govern don't know about this, and you just come and think you can just throw matters like that, a fundamental issue. And then the point again about currency mopping up, is that it has a sociological element to it. The sociology, when they do it in the West, they do it gradually and
carrying everybody along.
Everything. They don't take a full sweep of all the currencies as we have done. They'll just take maybe one or two. I remember I was in the UK last year, and they did that. It was one of them that they were even doing at that time. That was, don't use that currency, it might expire. Don't use that. I've forgotten which of the notes that was done. Now in Nigeria, we have a situation where there's so many. The heartland is full of illiterate people who have no recourse to Naira. What are you planning to do with that? I think that this process, if it's not even halted and rejigged, the January 31st deadline will have to be postponed. We have to be postponed because even as a problem, we have so much dislocation of our people. The flood in a place like Bayelsa, in the southeast, in some parts of the north.
You can access some
You
places.
cannot access. You don't. There's no access to the digital economy. There's no access to banks. There's no even access to hospitals and so on. And you want these people to. How do you bring these people into?
Yeah.
Have they taking all those into consideration?
You know, the issue of the financial inclusion, that journey has been on for quite a while now, for more than 10 years, where Nigeria has taken the move to say, okay, we need to bring more people into the banking net, where people should own bank accounts and then deal within the system. But now the question some Nigerians are even asking right now, okay, fine. Bring up a new 200, 500, 1,000 naira note, and then those who stashed money here and there will return the monies to you. Okay, so you now have the money. So what happens at the end of the day? What are the checks, balances that now that we have the new naira notes, we won't go back to the same thing we're trying to prevent? Because if I have a billion naira or 2 billion naira in my account, and I decide to withdraw the money and put it in my house after a period of time, it is my right.
We don't even know whether it's your right, and you don't even know again whether they are even ready for this kind of thing. Remember, we had a situation like that during the Diagon time when there was scarcity because of issue of currency too. And then recently India and even Greece had this problem where people the banks had to ration money to the citizens. If you want, for instance, you want 200,000 naira, they say, well, it's only 50,000 naira
that we have now.
That we have to give you now. And the people say, look, I want my 200 naira. It's my right.
Exactly.
It's my right. You know, so we don't know whether even the CBN is ready for this.
Well, let's wait and see how the next. It will start soon. Let's see how that. We expect by now there should be orientation and reorientation of the people, talking, engaging with people, letting them know this is why we're doing this. It's for the better of the country. It's for the good of the country, you know, and things like that.
Not everything that is sensible makes sense.
Yeah.
Not everything that is right is right. Ends up right.
Yeah.
You know.